My head felt heavy when I opened my eyes. Asterisk, Sana, are you awake? I groaned into the phone. Asterisk, you sound like you got hit by a truck. She laughed. You okay? Asterisk, I feel sick, I mumbled. Nausea, headache, my stomach's all weird. Asterisk, you might be pregnant. Asterisk, I sat up instantly. Don't joke. Asterisk, I'm not. Just take a test. Asterisk, after I hung up, I sat in the bathroom, staring at the pregnancy test in my trembling hand. One line appeared. I held my breath. Then the second one faded in. 2 lines. Oh my God. My chest tightened. It's real. I didn't. Finish the sentence. Asterisk, I looked in the mirror. My eyes were wide, my mouth slightly open. I whispered, I'm pregnant. My first thought was him, Armin. He always said he wanted a little girl who looked like me. I called him. No answer. I texted, can we meet? It's important. He replied a minute later, can't. Family thing. Big day. Talk later. Asterisk, family. Thing? On a Saturday? Asterisk, something inside me twisted, but I shook it off. Maybe he was with his mom. He'd said his cousin was visiting. I'd surprise him. I wanted to see his face when I told him. I wanted to see that smile he gave me when he was truly happy. Asterisk, I threw on a long coat, tied my hair, and rushed out. Asterisk, the restaurant was packed when I got there. Music, flowers, people dressed too fancy for brunch. I frowned. Asterisk, then I saw the banner above the entrance. Asterisk, congratulations, Armin and Rita. Asterisk, my feet froze. My heart didn't beat. Not for a few seconds. No, it couldn't be. My eyes scanned the crowd. And then I saw him, Armin, in a sherwani, smiling, next to her, Rita. My stomach dropped. Asterisk, Rita, the girl he told me he blocked. The one he said was history. Asterisk, I stumbled forward, still hoping I was wrong. Then he turned toward her and kissed her hand. Asterisk, congratulations. Someone shouted dot asterisk, tears blurred my vision. I stepped back. My heel twisted and I grabbed the nearest wall. Asterisk, no, 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 I whispered. He said he loved me. I pulled out my phone and called him. He declined it. Asterisk, I texted. Why are you doing this? He didn't reply. I called Sana, my voice shaking. He's marrying her right now. Asterisk. What? Who? Who's getting married? Asterisk. Armin, I whispered. To Rita. Asterisk. She went silent for a moment. Then, I'm coming. Asterisk. I don't want to see him. I choked. I don't want to see anything. I'm leaving. Asterisk. I turned and ran. My legs were barely holding me up. I reached the street and my knees gave in. I sat on the curb like a ghost. My hands gripped my stomach. There's a baby inside me, I whispered, numb. And he's marrying someone else. I heard footsteps. Ma'am, are you okay? A stranger asked. Asterisk, I nodded slowly, wiping my face. Asterisk, no, no, I'm not. Asterisk, my phone vibrated. Another message from Armin. Asterisk, I didn't want you to find out like this. I stared at the words. I typed, when were you going to tell me? After your honeymoon? No reply. Sana arrived minutes later, breathing hard. She crouched beside me. Asterisk. I don't understand, I whispered. He told me Rita was nothing. He said I was his future. Asterisk. Sana clenched her jaw. He's a liar. A damn coward. Asterisk. I'm pregnant. Asterisk. Her eyes widened. You're sure? I nodded. She pulled me into her arms. I finally broke down. I don't want this baby to grow up without a father, I cried. You won't be alone. I'm here, and you don't need him. I pressed my forehead to my knees, my heart thudding so loud it hurt. I whispered, why didn't he choose me? Sana said nothing. She didn't need to. I already knew the answer. I couldn't stop. Shaking. Asterisk, the car ride home felt like a blur. Sana kept glancing at me, but I just stared out the window. Asterisk. You want water? She asked softly. I didn't answer. She sighed. Say something, please. Yell, pray, anything. Just don't shut down. Asterisk, I think I died, I whispered, right there on that street. She didn't speak. When we got to my apartment, I walked straight to the bathroom. I stared at my reflection. My lipstick was smudged, my eyes puffy, my soul missing. Asterisk, I splashed. Water on my face, but the image wouldn't leave me. Armin, in gold and ivory, smiling. With her. Asterisk, I walked into the living room. Sana was sitting on the couch, waiting. Tell me everything, she said. I sat slowly. He said he was busy with family. I thought ... maybe his cousin's wedding. I thought I'd surprise him. Asterisk, instead he surprised you. Asterisk, he married her on the day I found out I was pregnant. Asterisk, Sana covered her mouth. That's evil. Asterisk, I blinked. He knew I was sensitive. I always told him honesty matters more than anything. Asterisk, what kind of man lies like that for months? Asterisk, a coward, a liar, a cheat. My voice cracked. But still, I loved him. Asterisk, Sana touched my hand. He doesn't deserve that love. Asterisk, I don't think I can do this. Asterisk, you don't have to do anything right now. Asterisk, I want to sleep. I want to wake up and pretend this day didn't happen. Asterisk, you won't, she said firmly. But you'll survive it. Asterisk, I stood and walked to the window. We talked about baby names 2 weeks ago. Asterisk, Sana flinched. What? Asterisk, he said if it was a girl, he wanted to call her Zoya, said it sounded poetic. Asterisk, I let out a bitter laugh. He planned a wedding with her while planning baby names with me. I clutched my stomach. What kind of person does that? Asterisk, he's disgusting, she muttered. What are you going to do? I stayed silent. You're keeping it? She asked gently. Asterisk, I nodded. I don't think I could live with myself if I didn't. Asterisk, she smiled weakly. You're brave. Asterisk, I don't feel brave. Asterisk, suddenly, I ran to the bathroom again. I threw up until my stomach was empty. I knelt by the toilet, shaking. Asterisk, Sana was there in seconds, holding my hair, rubbing my back. You're okay. Let it out. Asterisk, I hate him. I sobbed. I hate myself. Asterisk, no, don't say that. Asterisk, I should have known. He always changed the subject when I mentioned her. Asterisk, you trusted him. That's not a crime. Asterisk, I gave him everything. My love, my loyalty, my body. Asterisk, and now you have a piece of that love inside you. Asterisk, I looked up at her, tears mixing with sweat. I don't want to be a single mom. Asterisk, you won't be alone. Asterisk, I want to disappear. Asterisk, you won't. No, not ever. Asterisk, I leaned into her and cried like a child. She held me, no judgment, no pity, just warmth. Asterisk, when I finally calmed down, I whispered, what if I can't do this? Asterisk, you can. And you will, one breath at a time. The rest of the day passed in silence. That night, I lay in bed, curled into myself. I pressed my hand to my belly. Hey, I whispered. I don't know if you can hear me yet, but I'm your mom. My voice cracked again. I didn't plan for this, but I'm already in love with you. Asterisk, I closed my eyes. My heart still hurt. My tears still came. Asterisk, but I knew one thing for sure. I wasn't crying for Armin anymore. I was crying because my future had changed forever. Asterisk, and maybe that wasn't the worst thing. Asterisk, asterisk, I didn't open the curtains for 3 days. Asterisk, the apartment felt like a cave, dark, cold, and silent. I lay on the couch, wrapped in the same blanket. My phone switched off. There were no more calls from Armin. Just silence. Good. Let it stay that way. Asterisk, Knock broke the stillness. Asterisk, open the door. I know you're in there, Sana called. Asterisk I. Didn't move. Open it or I'm calling your mother, she threatened. I dragged myself to the door and unlocked it. She pushed in, holding a brown bag. Food, shower, sleep. In that order, she ordered. I'm not hungry. Asterisk, she stared at me. You look like death. You haven't eaten, have you? Asterisk, I don't feel like it. Asterisk, she dropped the bag on the table and walked over. You've got a baby in there now. It's not just about what you feel like. I didn't ask for this, I snapped. I know. Asterisk, I didn't ask to be lied to be humiliated, to be left like this. I know, sweetheart, she whispered. I sank to the floor and cried. I hated myself for it. But I couldn't stop. Asterisk, Sana crouched next to me. Let it out. You've been holding too much in. Asterisk, I loved him. I trusted him. And now, I feel like I'm nothing. Asterisk, you're not nothing. He's the one who threw away everything. Asterisk, I keep asking myself why. Asterisk, she looked at me quietly. You want the truth? I nodded. He's weak. Weak men lie. Weak men run. Asterisk, I swallowed hard. Then why did I choose him? Asterisk, because you're not weak. You believed in love. That's not your failure. Asterisk, I looked down. I feel dirty. Used. Asterisk, you're not, she said fiercely. You're carrying life inside you. You're the strongest person I know. I almost took pills last night, I whispered. She froze. Asterisk, I had them in my hand. I wanted to make it all stop. Asterisk, Sana's voice shook. Why didn't you? Asterisk, I placed my hand on my belly because I realized if I die, so does the baby. Asterisk, her eyes filled with tears. I don't want to lose you. Asterisk, you won't, I said softly. I want to live. For this child. Asterisk, she hugged me tight. We sat on the floor like that for a long time. Later, she helped me eat half a sandwich. You need to shower, she said. You smell like depression. Asterisk, I am depression. Asterisk, she smiled gently. Go, I'll wait. After a long hot shower, I felt more human. I sat with her on the couch, towel on my head, wrapped in clean clothes. Asterisk, I'm scared, Sana. Asterisk, you're allowed to be. Asterisk, what if I can't do it alone? Asterisk, you won't be alone. Asterisk, what if I mess up? Asterisk, you'll learn. Asterisk, I stared at the ceiling. Do you think he'll come back? Asterisk, maybe, she said. But by then, I hope you won't want him. Asterisk, I want to hate him, I muttered. But sometimes I still wish he'd call. Asterisk, you're grieving. That doesn't make you weak. Asterisk, I don't want to feel anything. Asterisk, she took my hand. Then feel me beside you. Let me carry it with you. Asterisk, I closed my eyes. Why does everyone I love leave me? I'm still here, she whispered. And somehow that meant everything. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Sana, I have to go back to work. Asterisk, she raised an eyebrow. You sure? Asterisk, I can't lie in bed forever, I said, buttoning my plain black kurta. I need normal. Asterisk, you need healing, not small talk with judgmental coworkers. Asterisk, I exhaled. Let them talk. I'm done hiding. Asterisk, the office felt colder than I remembered. As soon as I walked in, whispers began. Isn't she the one? Yeah, Armin's girlfriend. Or ex, I guess. Asterisk, she looks pale. Poor thing. Asterisk, I forced a smile and sat at my desk. My hands trembled as I opened my laptop. Asterisk, welcome. Back, Nimra said, her smile faked. We all heard. Well, I hope you're okay now. Asterisk, I stared at her. I'm pregnant, not dying. Asterisk, she blinked. Oh, right. Congratulations, I guess. Sana would have clapped for that line. I focused on work until my phone buzzed. Unknown number dot asterisk. I know I messed up. Can we talk? Asterisk I stared at the message for a long time. I didn't reply. Instead, I booked a doctor's appointment. 8 weeks, Dr. Milish said, turning the screen toward me. See that little flicker? That's the heartbeat. My eyes filled. That's my baby? Asterisk, she smiled. That's your baby. I wiped my face with the back of my sleeve. Is it okay? Healthy? Asterisk, perfectly fine, she said. You're doing good. Asterisk, I nodded. Thank you for being kind. Asterisk, she looked me straight in the eye. You're stronger than you think. At home, I pulled out a notebook. First page. This pain won't define me. Asterisk, I started writing. Every memory. Every lie. Every moment I let myself shrink to fit Armin's world. Then I wrote about the baby. Dear little one. Asterisk, today I heard your heart. I think it saved mine. You're glowing. Sana said one morning. Asterisk, I think I'm healing. Asterisk, she grinned. Look at you, showered, dressed, even smiling. Asterisk, I even cooked eggs. Asterisk, who are you and what have you done with my best friend? Asterisk, I laughed for the first time in weeks. It felt good. Asterisk, what's next? She asked. Asterisk, new apartment. I can't raise a baby in a place full of memories. Asterisk, I'll help you find one. Asterisk, and therapy. I need to talk to someone who won't just say, you'll be fine. Asterisk, Sana nodded. That's brave. Asterisk, no, that's survival. 2 weeks later, I moved. It was smaller, quieter, but it was mine. No photos of Armin, no traces of his shirts. Just a tiny potted plant on the windowsill. A new beginning. I started journaling every day. Sometimes it was rage, sometimes sadness, but most days it was hope. Hope that I could become someone my child would be proud of. Asterisk, back at work. Things shifted. Asterisk, Nimra walked past me and said, you're stronger than I expected. I didn't respond. She paused. I mean, if it were me, I would have quit. Asterisk, I looked up. Then good thing it's not you. She blinked, then walked away. I smiled to myself. Asterisk, my name is still mine. My worth is still mine. He didn't take that. He never could. That night, I lit a candle by the window. Asterisk, I whispered to the baby, you saved me. I don't even know your name yet, but you saved me. Asterisk, and in that moment, I felt peace. Not all of it, but enough to sleep without crying. Asterisk, I didn't expect to see his name again. Asterisk, but there it was. On my phone screen. Again, asterisk, Armin. Can we please talk? Asterisk, I stared at it for a full minute. Then I locked the screen and slid the phone under a cushion. He didn't deserve my time. 10 minutes later, Sana burst into my apartment like a storm. Asterisk, you're not going to believe this. Asterisk, I looked up from my laptop. What now? Asterisk, she dropped her phone on the table. Rita deleted her Instagram. So, she deleted every picture of the wedding. All of them. Asterisk, I paused. Maybe she just wanted a clean aesthetic. Asterisk, she unfollowed him. Changed her last name back. It's not aesthetic, it's war. Asterisk, I stared at the screen. Blank profile. No Armin in sight. Asterisk, looks like the honeymoon didn't last long. Asterisk, Sana sat beside me. You think he cheated on her too? Asterisk, wouldn't surprise me, I muttered. If he could lie to me for months, he could lie to anyone. My phone buzzed again. Armin, I made a mistake. I miss you. My stomach twisted. I don't want to hear this, I whispered. Asterisk, you don't have to reply, Sana said. He's panicking. It's not your problem anymore. I nodded, but my hands were shaking. He doesn't know, does he? She asked, about the baby. Asterisk, no, and I don't want him to. Not like this, asterisk. Do you think he'd care? Asterisk, I think he'd pretend to care. Then disappear again. Asterisk, she nodded slowly. You still love him? I hesitated. No, I miss the person I thought he was. But that person didn't exist. Asterisk, Sana leaned back. It's crazy, you know? Karma doesn't always wait. Asterisk, I'm not celebrating it. Asterisk, you're allowed to feel something. Asterisk, I do, I said softly. I feel nothing. She raised her eyebrows. That's growth, right? I smiled faintly, asterisk later that night, as I sat by the window, phone in hand. I opened his messages again. Asterisk, I made a mistake. Asterisk, I miss you. Asterisk, please answer me. I typed one word. Why? He replied instantly, because I realized you were the only one who ever truly cared. I stared at the screen. I didn't reply. Instead, I placed my hand on my belly. He's late, I whispered. Too late. Asterisk, 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 another tiny flutter. Asterisk. Oh my God, I gasped, smiling for the first time in days. You kicked. I grabbed my phone and called Sana. Okay, breathe, she said. You sound like you just saw a ghost. Asterisk, the baby kicked. I felt it. Asterisk, are you crying? Asterisk, yes, I laughed. But for a good reason this time. Asterisk, that's huge, she said. You're really doing this. Asterisk, I know. It feels real now, alive. Like I'm not just surviving anymore. I'm growing someone. Asterisk, she paused. I'm proud of you. Asterisk, I swallowed the lump in my throat. Thank you. I'm proud of me too. Later that week, I posted a picture of my journal and belly bump on my new blog, Asterisk, Becoming Her, a journey from heartbreak to motherhood. I didn't expect anyone to read it, but within hours, comments poured in. Asterisk, I needed this today. Asterisk, I'm crying reading your words. Asterisk, thank you for being honest. Every ping reminded me I wasn't alone. Someone even messaged, you're not just surviving, you're inspiring. I stared at that for a long time. Me? Inspiring? Asterisk, maybe I was becoming more than just the girl Armin left behind. Sana brought over baby clothes one evening, asterisk tiny socks. A yellow onesie that read, Mama's Hero. I saw it and couldn't resist, she said. I held it against my bump. This is happening, asterisk. Yep, you're going to be someone's whole world. Asterisk, I smiled. And they're already mine. Asterisk, we sat together folding clothes, drinking juice. Asterisk, she asked, have you heard from him? Asterisk, 2 texts, I said. I didn't reply. Asterisk, good. Asterisk, he said he wants to be there. But I don't know if I want him around. Asterisk, trust yourself. Asterisk, I'm not scared of being a single mom anymore, I admitted. I'm scared of letting him hurt me again. Asterisk, she nodded. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. I started going on evening walks again. People would smile when they saw my bump. Strangers asked, boy or girl? And I'd smile, saying, we're keeping it a surprise. Asterisk, but every time I passed a father holding a child's hand, something in me ached. Asterisk, then I remind myself, love doesn't have to come from where you expected. Asterisk, I had enough love now. Asterisk, more than I ever thought I could after being shattered. I posted another blog entry. Asterisk, today I didn't cry. That used to be a big deal. Now it's my normal. Asterisk, comments flowed again. Women shared their stories, their pain, their victories, and in their words I saw reflections of mine. One comment stood out, asterisk, you're not a victim, you're a mother. And that's power. I read it out loud to myself, over and over again. Asterisk, I'm a mother, not a victim. It sounded right. It felt like truth. Asterisk, because it was. It was raining. Asterisk, the kind of slow, heavy rain that makes everything feel heavier than it already is. Asterisk, I was in the kitchen boiling tea when the doorbell rang. Asterisk, I wasn't expecting anyone. I opened the door, and there he was, Armin, dripping wet, eyes wide, face pale like a ghost. Asterisk, can I come in? He asked quietly. Asterisk, I didn't answer. I just stared. Asterisk, I know I should have come sooner, he said. I just didn't know how. You married her, I said flatly. He looked down. I know. Asterisk, you married her while I was planning to surprise you with news that I was carrying your child. Asterisk, his head snapped up. What? Asterisk, I was pregnant, Armin, I said, my voice sharp. The same day you married her, I came to tell you. Asterisk, he took a step forward. You're pregnant? Asterisk, I crossed my arms. Don't act shocked. You made the choice to leave. Live with it. He looked like he'd been punched. I didn't know. You never said anything. Asterisk, and you never thought to ask, I snapped. You just disappeared. Like I never existed. Asterisk, I thought you'd moved on. Asterisk, moved on from what? Being lied to? Being humiliated? Asterisk, he ran his hands through his wet hair. Rita was a mistake, the biggest mistake of my life. Asterisk, then why did you marry her? He was silent. Say it, I pushed. Tell me why. Asterisk, I got scared. He admitted. When she came back, everything got confusing. My parents pushed. She made promises. I panicked. Asterisk, I laughed bitterly. So I was your comfort pillow, your backup plan? Asterisk, no. He said quickly, you were real. You were the one. Don't say it, I warned. I loved you, he whispered. Asterisk, I stared at him. Then why didn't you choose me? Asterisk, I don't know, he said, voice cracking. But I regret it every single day. Asterisk, well, regret doesn't undo what you did. Asterisk, he looked at me, eyes pleading. Can I see the baby? Asterisk, I took a deep breath. There's no baby to see yet. I'm 5 months in. Asterisk, his face softened. Boy or girl? Asterisk, I don't know. And honestly, I don't care. Asterisk, can I be part of this? I want to try. Asterisk, I blinked. You want to try? Like it's some side project? Asterisk, no, I want to be there for you, for the baby. I want to fix this. Asterisk, you can't fix this. Asterisk, let me try, he begged. Let me earn it. Asterisk, you don't get to decide now. Asterisk, he stepped forward. Please, I stepped back. Do you know what it felt like? I asked, seeing you in that Sherwani, smiling, kissing her hand, while I held a pregnancy test in my coat pocket. His face crumpled. I stood outside your wedding, I said, tears burning my eyes. I wanted to scream. But I didn't. I walked away. Asterisk, I'm sorry. Asterisk, you're not sorry, I said coldly. You're just alone. Asterisk, he shook his head. No, I've thought about you every single day. Asterisk, then why didn't you reach out sooner? Asterisk, because I was ashamed. Asterisk, you should be. He looked down, hands clenched. I just ... I didn't know you were pregnant, he whispered again. If I had ... bulk out, asterisk, you still would have married her. Asterisk, no, he said firmly. I swear I wouldn't have. Asterisk, I narrowed my eyes. How convenient. He was quiet, then softer. He said, I don't expect you to forgive me. Asterisk, good, because I haven't, asterisk, but I want to do right by the baby. Please let me be part of its life. I looked at him for a long time. You don't even know how to be part of your own life, I said. How are you going to handle someone else's? Asterisk, I'll learn. Asterisk, I don't need you to learn, I said, voice hardening. I needed you to stay, but you didn't, asterisk, he swallowed. So what now? I opened the door wider, not to invite him in, but to ask him to leave. Now you leave, I said. And if you care even a little, you'll stay gone until I decide otherwise. He hesitated, then nodded. I'll wait, he said quietly, however long it takes. I said nothing as he walked into the rain, but once the door closed, I collapsed onto the couch, not because I wanted him back, but because I realized I didn't asterisk, and that hurt more than I expected. Asterisk, asterisk, the first kick came when I was folding laundry. I froze. Did you just... I whispered, placing my hand on my belly. Another tiny flutter. Oh my God. I gasped, smiling for the first time in days. You kicked. I grabbed my phone and called Sana. Okay, breathe, she said. You sound like you just saw a ghost. Asterisk, the baby kicked. I felt it. Asterisk, are you crying? Asterisk, yes, I laughed. That for a good reason this time? Asterisk, that's huge, she said. You're really doing this. Asterisk, I know, it feels real now, alive, like I'm not just surviving anymore. I'm growing. Someone, asterisk, she paused. I'm proud of you. Asterisk, I swallowed the lump in my throat. Thank you. I'm proud of me too. Later that week, I posted a picture of my journal and belly bump on my new blog, asterisk, Becoming Her, a journey from heartbreak to motherhood. I didn't expect anyone to read it, but within hours, comments poured in. Asterisk, I needed this today. Asterisk, I'm crying reading your words. Asterisk, thank you for being honest. Every ping reminded me I wasn't alone. Someone even messaged, you're not just surviving, you're inspiring. I stared at that for a long time, me, inspiring. Asterisk, maybe. I was becoming more than just the girl Armin left behind. Sana brought over baby clothes one evening. Asterisk, tiny socks. A yellow onesie that read Mama's Hero. I saw it and couldn't resist, she said. I held it against my bump. This is happening, asterisk. Yep, you're going to be someone's whole world. Asterisk, I smiled. And they're already mine. Asterisk, we sat together folding clothes, drinking juice. Asterisk, she asked, have you heard from him? Asterisk, 2 texts, I said. I didn't reply. Asterisk, good. Asterisk, he said he wants to be there. But I don't know if I want him around. Asterisk, trust yourself. Asterisk, I'm not scared of being a single mom anymore, I admitted. I'm scared of letting him hurt me again. Asterisk, she nodded. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. I started going on evening walks again. People would smile when they saw my bump. Strangers asked, boy or girl? And I'd smile, saying, we're keeping it a surprise. Asterisk, but every time I passed a father holding a child's hand, something in me ached out asterisk, then I'd remind myself, love doesn't have to come from where you expected. Asterisk, I had enough love now. Asterisk, more than I ever thought I could after being shattered. I posted another blog entry, asterisk, today I didn't cry. That used to be a big deal. Now it's my normal. Asterisk comments flowed again. Women shared their stories, their pain, their victories, and in their words, I saw reflections of mine. One comment stood out, asterisk, you're not a victim, you're a mother. And that's power. I read it out loud to myself, over and over again. Asterisk, I'm a mother, not a victim. It sounded right. It felt like truth. Asterisk, because it was. Asterisk, asterisk. The contraction started at 3:17 a.m. At first, I thought it was just back pain, but then the second one came stronger. Then another. I grabbed my phone and called Sana. It's time, I whispered, trying not to panic. I'm on my way. Don't move. Breathe. By the time she arrived, I was gripping the table like it might float me out of this. We rushed to the hospital. The world outside was still dark, quiet. Inside me, everything was changing. 6 hours later, I was in the delivery room, drenched in sweat, eyes closed. pain pulsing through every inch of me. You're doing amazing. The nurse said. I didn't feel amazing. I felt split open, but I kept going. For her, for my daughter. Then I heard the nurse say, there's a man asking for you outside. Says his name is Armin. I blinked. What? He says he's the father. I shook my head. Tell him I'm busy bringing a life into this world. He had his chance. The nurse smiled. Got it. I gripped Sana's hand tighter. You're almost there, she said. One more push. I screamed, pushed, cried, and then everything shifted. The room went quiet. And then a cry. A real, living, beautiful cry. The sound of my baby. They placed her on my chest, tiny and warm, her face scrunched up and red. I looked at her, and the world stopped moving. Hi, I whispered. I'm your mama. She curled her fingers around mine like she already knew me. I've been waiting for you, I said, tears sliding down my cheeks. You saved me. Hours later, after they cleaned her up and moved us to the private room, there was another. Knock. Sana answered it. Armin stood in the doorway. His eyes scanned the room, landed on me holding the baby. Is that? I didn't say anything. He stepped forward. Can I see her? I looked down at my daughter. She's sleeping. He nodded. She's beautiful. I looked up. She didn't get that from you. He winced. I deserve that. You deserve worse. I know. He stood there awkwardly, hands shaking slightly. I just wanted to say, thank you, he said, for bringing her into this world, for not giving up. I raised an eyebrow. I didn't do this for you. I know, but I want to be part of her life. Are you going to marry someone else this time too? He flinched. No, I haven't seen Rita since the day she left. Smart girl. I've been going to therapy, trying to understand why I ruined everything. I looked him in the eyes. You ruined me? I'm sorry, he whispered. Your apology doesn't change anything. I don't expect forgiveness. I just want to be her father. I'll do anything. I sighed. I don't know if I can ever trust you. But if you truly want to be in her life, you'll prove it with consistency, not words. He nodded. I will. You won't come and go. You won't make promises you can't keep. Never again. I studied him. He looked tired, older, less sure, but that didn't soften the past. I named her Zoya, I said. His eyes widened. That was the name I remembered, even when you forgot everything else. A tear slid down his cheek. Zoya, he whispered. She's perfect. I looked down at her. She is. I leaned back tired. She's mine first, mine always. If you want to be part of her life, you start by respecting that. I understand. And you don't get to break her the way you broke me. I won't. I looked at Sana. She was watching from the corner, arms crossed. She has me too, Sana said. And if you mess up again, you answer to me. Armin chuckled weakly, noted. Then quietly he asked, can I hold her? I hesitated. Then slowly. I nodded. He stepped closer, carefully took Zoya in his arms. She stirred but didn't cry. He looked down at her like she was something fragile and sacred. I never knew I could love someone this much. He whispered. I wiped my eyes and said, now you have a reason to grow up. Later, after he left, Sana sat beside me and whispered, you did it. All of it, on your own. I smiled. No, I said, looking at Zoya. I didn't do it alone. I had her. I always had her. I looked out the window, watching the sunrise. Maybe this was the ending. Or maybe it was just our beginning.